Yo, welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Wednesday night live from Los Angeles, California. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy to have y'all here, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute and a half since I've actually gone live. So I'm happy to be here with you guys tonight. Had some time tonight. Weather's been a little bananas in LA. We're not used to saying that. So it's been rainy. It is cold as it can be for LA tonight. So I'm keeping my happy behind inside. No short form content. We going with the long form tonight. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. And we go be here for a minute, talk some Dodger baseball, talk some spring training, talk the offseason, talk the season, talk some narratives that I want to slay, because you know I love to do that. But first things first, let me get some fire emojis in the chat if the audio is coming through clear, if you guys can hear me. Everything is great with the production. Everything's going good. Just let me know that real quick, because when I was setting this live up, there's weather related or whatnot. There were some things happening. I think it's all good now. I think we're good. But I just want to get confirmation. Search, I see you and your brother. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Just want to make sure that we are all good in here. So the Dodgers, man, we are just days away from spring training baseball. Appreciate that, Search. Spring training kicks off officially for Major League Baseball Friday. And then, you know, the team that everyone worries about, the team that everyone either loves or hates, hate it or love them, the Dodgers are going for a three-peat, and they kick off their spring training quest on Saturday against the, God, man, they're technically the Los Angeles Angels by name, but I still call them the Anaheim Angels, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and OC / the Hills, whatever you want to call them. That's what we got to face to set off the spring training, man. So I'm excited. I don't expect to see a lot of the main guys too often and too early. And obviously we've got the WBC coming around, which I'm super excited about. Can't wait to watch that. So it's going to be a fun spring training. It's going to be a lot to be excited about. Our boys in blue are back. Like I said, the World Baseball Classic, and kicking off a three-peat here. But the story that I really wanted to talk about tonight is how, with everything going on, talking about the lockout, and then Tony Clark, basically stepping down from the MLPA, a guy who's held that chair for 12 years. He's stepping down, heading into a lockout. Is that by design? Is it not? Like, we're going to touch on all that. But lost in the midst of all this, well, not lost, it's right there front and center, excuse me, is the Los Angeles Dodgers really just flat out, read those articles, read the hit pieces, listen to everyone say, well, this is the offseason that will determine if there's a lockout or not. If the Dodgers go out and they go berserk and they get a Kyle Tucker, or they get an Edwin Diaz, or Tucker or Diaz, that this guarantees a lockout. Well, I'll be damned if they didn't go get both, man. They went out there and got both, which is old news, but has it really sat in for y'all? Has it really sat in? Because I feel like a lot of the offseason was talking about, Scooble, and a lot of people really hold on to that. Scooble, and all that. And I know a lot of people were excited and are excited that we got Tucker and that we got Diaz, but has it really like set in for you yet? Like, does it feel real yet? Do you have to see them play on the field to get that feeling? Do you have to really witness it to see that happening? Like, is that something that you really have to see yourself to believe it? Because to me, it's like, this still doesn't really feel real that they got both of them. It just doesn't to me. It's just kind of like, this just happened. Like, they got them. They got them, and they're here now, and what happens next? So that's what I'm excited to see. But the Dodgers said, forget your lockout, forget your narratives, forget all your threats, forget everything. We're going to go all in on Tucker and Diaz. We're going to get both of these guys. And if it leads to a lockout, so be it, because nothing is off limits. There is no limit to this Los Angeles Dodgers team. They are all in, all the way, all day, every season. And that's exactly what it should be. That's exactly what it should be. And they are sitting here, facing a three-peat, staring it down. And I think what's great here also is that they are challenging and getting other teams to spend. Like, they're getting it. Like Uncle Stevie Cohen over there, man, kind of had a little tantrum, right? Kind of threw a little tantrum, and was freaking out at what the Dodgers did and were doing. And now he's sitting here and he's like, okay, I'm going to bring back Diaz, he thought. And the Dodgers said, no, you're not. We got Diaz. And then they're like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to steal Tucker from you. And the Dodgers are like, no, you're not. And then they get Tucker. And then it's like, wow. Like, the Mets and Dodgers, who I was talking about, man, I can't wait to see them go check for check, book for book, in an offseason, and see how that played out. Who the Dodgers lose to the Mets, who the Mets lose to the Dodgers. And right here, right now, the Dodgers did not lose anything to the Mets, because Bo Bichette was not their top choice. And the New York Mets lost their two top targets to the Los Angeles Dodgers in Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker. The Toronto Blue Jays lost their top targets again, to the Los Angeles Dodgers, and poor Toronto Canada is sitting there finishing second or third or fourth, whatever it may be, again in the offseason. That's not a dig at them, but you can go back, even prior to Ohtani. Like, it's just, you got Ohtani, you've got Roki, you've got Kyle Tucker, you've got all these guys that Toronto thought they had in the bag. Toronto fans thought they had in the bag. Blue Jays today thought they had it in the bag. And then it was a big, quick, no, you don't. No, you don't. And that's been that way for a lot of teams. And I like that the Mets did kind of pivot immediately and go out and make the moves that they did, signing Bo Bichette. They traded for Luis Robert Jr. They go out and they trade for Peralta. Like, I like the moves that they made from an aspect of, they didn't just sit there and take the L. They went after it still. Now, it remains to be seen if these moves are going to be good for the Mets or not. If they're going to be great, if they're going to be good, we don't know. But the Blue Jays, you lose out on Tucker. You don't bring back Bichette. You You lose out on Diaz, who they were in on, and then Anthony Santander is out for another 5 to 6 months again. So yeah, they did add some pieces. They did get Dylan Cease. They did get the big signing from Japan, Okamoto. They did get guys to bring over there and open up some spots for some guys to get more playing time next season. But I think that the Bo Bichette kind of fumble there, and I talked about this all off season in multiple streams, saying how you're going to continue to play around with Bo Bichette here, chasing Kyle Tucker, and you can end up with neither. And on the surface, it was like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. For a lot of people thought, and I don't even know how smart the betting odds would have been on that, but they fumbled it up there. They messed that up, and they didn't end up with Tucker, Diaz, or Bichette. And I think that this team is probably less likely to go further than they did last year because of what they have lost. So I'm curious to see what you guys think in the comment section about that. But real quick, I want to go out and say that we have another drop today. We have another release on legendsofculture.com, a collab with Drip Show. All right, we have another one. Real quick before we put out the new one, we still have live the We Love LA collection, a bunch of different styles up here showing your love for Los Angeles sports. You got some Dodger flavors. You got some Laker flavors. You got some Rams flavors in there, man. You got everything you could possibly need. legendsofculture.com with free shipping. So this is the We Love LA collection that is still live. We still have the Ruining Baseball collection on the site as well. That's been doing well, so I've left it up. That was designed to be a limited drop, but it's still there. We Love LA collection was also designed to be a limited drop, but we're still getting purchases, so it is still there. And tonight, after dropping the We Love LA and the Ruining Baseball collection, tonight, Drip Show and Legends of Culture have dropped the Still Ruining Baseball collection here. Now, there's a couple of things on here. Obviously, you got the Still Ruining Baseball there on the left. Next to that, you got the Los Angeles Champions Club, okay, with the back-to-back there on the front of the shirt there, with the double barrels there representing. Then you got the Dynasty Trophy shirt there. But if you look all the way over to the right, and that soft, almost powder blue with the bird on its back, you get to see the debut of our first Cantada merch on the site. The old Cantada, you blew a 3-2 lead. Those guys, right? Toronto, Cantada, bird down, Jays down, Dodgers up. legendsofculture.com, brought to you by Drip Show. These designs are fire. They're incredible. And there it is again, man. So shout out to Drip Show. You see his socials all the way up there on top, at Drip Show Shop on all socials, IG, Twitter, X, TikTok, YouTube. Make sure to go give him a follow and go cop your merch today at www.legendsofculture.com. And I went all country with the www.legendsofculture.com is where you can get that at. Let me go ahead and throw that into the chat here as well. 1 second here. And free shipping on everything. Free shipping on everything on legendsofculture.com. So let me go to put that into the to the chat there. And let's see if that comes. Okay, cool. So appreciate you guys for all the continued support. The merch is moving well. And shout out to Drip Show for all that he does and all the, phenomenal graphics and designs that you see everywhere popping up on all the content creators. You got his work in the background. I've got like 6 of his pieces behind me. My problem is I got a mirror and a bookcase behind me, and I got to kind of switch my whole setup here around to where you can see the designs behind me. But he's been blessing me for a long time now. That's my brother. We've done business together. We've gonna always work together. So appreciate Drip Show and appreciate everyone who has supported. So fire there. So let's go ahead and get back to talking about why I think the Dodgers getting Tucker and Edwin Diaz was the big middle finger to Major League Baseball, because I believe in my heart of hearts, and I've actually heard this and I've been told this, that the Dodgers are not afraid of a lockout. They do not fear the lockout. And if there is a lockout, short or long, they're going to go into that lockout their way. They're going to go into it the way they feel they should. They're going to go after this three-peat the way they want to. They're not holding back, nor are they leaving anything on the table to potentially prevent a lockout. They're going for a three-peat. They're going for their legacy. They're going for their dynasty. They're going to put Los Angeles on the map forever from a baseball perspective. And as the NBA starts to kind of fall here and baseball is starting to come up, I think we're within a couple of seasons, maybe even this year, of baseball passing the NBA. And you can't go into a lockout with any type of sincerity if you're an owner in that scenario. So the Dodgers, where they're sitting back looking like, look, we were coming off a repeat. We went to extra innings in game 7 to win that. We're a year older. We cannot put our starting pitchers through that again. Our bullpen is still recovering from 2024. Our offense was essentially in a coma since June. We need to do things to tighten this up. We need to do things to tighten this up. And we need to add this corner outfield bat. We need that in the worst way. We need offense in the outfield, because last year the Dodgers offense in the outfield was absolutely atrocious. And then, they really needed some help in the bullpen, even though they really have nice pieces in the bullpen, but bullpens are volatile, and they all just went volatile all last year. So if history holds true, then the majority of those who were bad, not all, but the majority of those who were bad last season are more than likely going to bounce back and have a really strong year this season. And being how most of them fell off last year, it's very, very possible to see them all kind of, quote unquote, fall back on next year. And then you just add Diaz on top of that. So now you put Tanner Scott into his natural role as a setup man. You got him as Vesia as the two lefties there. And then you got Diaz, and you got a bunch of other guys. The Dodgers need to find their second righty out of the bullpen, their second lockdown righty. You got Vesia, and they're hoping it's going to be Tanner Scott, right? They hope he bounces back. I think he does. I've been saying that forever. I believe in him. I think it was just an injury-riddled year, and just, in a closer's role versus a setup role, a lot of pressure, a lot of money, injuries. I think he comes in a lot more comfortable this year. I think he does a lot better this year. And when you add those pieces, where you also had Teoscar Hernandez having a really bad year last year because he was unhealthy, started the year phenomenally, then gets injured. Same as Tommy Tanks, was never really the same after that. He had big moments in the postseason, big moments in the postseason, but his defense was never stellar to begin with. And you add an injury to that. So now it affects his offense, which kind of sometimes makes you forget about his defense. And they put him back in left field for this coming season, where, believe it or not, he was worse there in 2024 than he was in 2025. The numbers don't lie, but it doesn't really matter if you put him in left or right. He's not great in either. The hope is you give up less triples by having him in left. But outside of that, if Teo's bat wakes up during the regular season, whether he's in left or right, it's not going to matter, because he's going to mash, especially versus left-handed pitching. And you're not going to worry about him in the field, because he's going to more than handle that, right? He's going to more than handle that. And now, and probably the biggest upgrade in recent memory, if not almost ever, in the Dodgers, of replacing a Michael Conforto as an outfielder. Obviously, I know the Tucker's going to right, but replacing Michael Conforto with Kyle Tucker. And I think Kyle Tucker is going to go off this year. I think he is going to go off this year. I think, playing in that Dodger lineup, being where he wanted to be all along. Don't let those people in Toronto tell you otherwise. He wanted to be a Dodger all along, and being where he's wanted to be for the last couple of seasons, getting his money, getting comfortable. We may never even see him opt out. It may not even happen, because if he has a monster year and the Dodgers are like, look, we've seen enough. We like what we got here. We're going to extend you now. We will extend you now. Prior to the lockout, we will extend you now. That could happen. That could absolutely happen. They could do the same thing with Freddie. They can do these things, right? They can get these extensions in and lock them down. They could theoretically trade for Tarek Skubal and extend him prior to the lockout as well. So all hypotheticals. Just on what I'm saying is the Dodgers, what they are thinking about, what they are planning on. They're not sitting here planning on what moves may or may not trigger a lockout. They're sitting here saying, again, nothing is off limits. We are going for it all because we can, because we should. 4 million people plus show up every year to go see the Dodgers play. They're taking the money they make off of that, putting it back into the team. And this is exactly why other teams should do this. And I think you're kind of starting to see it. Teams are kind of starting to break free a little bit. They're kind of starting to do things. You saw the Phillies try to chase people this year. You saw the Cubs spend some money. You obviously saw the way the Mets reacted. The Yankees spent money by bringing back some of their own guys. But that's a whole other story, man. I refuse to believe that the Yankees are still not trying to line up some type of big trade. They had a phenomenal offense last year. To sit back and act like the Yankees offense is trash or the team is trash, it's not. I just don't see them as a World Series winning team. But you do get Garrett Cole back, right? You brought Bellinger back. If this is kind of the moves that you're going to kind of go out there and celebrate as a Yankee fan, well, I know Yankee fans are celebrating those. I mean, Yankee organization, the fans are going to be pretty upset about that. So I still think there's something out there that they're working on, that they're trying to do a trade. And I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is. But I refuse to believe that the Yankees plan to go through this entire season with what they have here. And I think something is coming. I think something is going to happen. I don't know when, and I don't know who. I know that the rumors came out that the Detroit Tigers asked for like the majority of anything valuable on their team for Skubal plus 5 top prospects. And the Yankees kind of passed at that. The Mets kind of the same thing. And, there really was, this is where you really start to really pick up how things go down, right? Because you hear these leaked packages from the Yankees, from the Mets, and all that, but you never hear the leaked package from the Dodgers. You had that Bleacher Report hypothetical kind of situation, but it really wasn't a rumor or a report. They were just throwing together one of their Bleacher Report like mock trades that they do, and they threw, the Roki Sasaki thing in there. They did that, but that wasn't like a sourced, the teams have discussed this type of situation. That's not what that was. That was just Bleacher Report being Bleacher Report. I don't believe that the Dodgers would trade Roki Sasaki. Not right now. I don't believe so, because not that they don't think that Tarik Skubal is better than Roki Sasaki. It's not that. There's a lot to it, right? That pipeline they have in Japan, that just sends a really bad signal. It also sends a really bad signal to Shohei and Yamamoto. They're like, we're not going to go recruit for you if you're just going to dump our guys a year later. If you're going to put them through hell and then dump them a year later, we're not going to go out there and do that for you anymore. And then, the players in Japan see that, agents see that, and it's just messy. You got to be very, very careful with that. Roki could have stayed another year or two in Japan, came over here, made a ton of money. He left a ton of money on the table to come join the Los Angeles Dodgers. He left even more money from other major league ball clubs to come join the Los Angeles Dodgers. You cannot punt on a kid like that early, because it's bigger than just the 2 players in the trade, or obviously the Dodgers would send more over, but it's bigger than that. All right. It's bigger than that. And it's the business of baseball. And it's something you just really don't do. I'd be very, very, very surprised if they did do that, and I don't think that they are going to do that. But I still think that Tarik Skubal is in play. Absolutely. It just comes down to, does Scott Boras bend the knee here and say, okay, like, we don't do this, but these are kind of different circumstances, a potential lockout on the horizon. We may have to do something different here. Maybe we'll go ahead and we'll agree to the trade, and we'll agree to a short-term extension with an opt-out, maybe after an additional year, just to lock in some stuff in case he gets hurt or in case of the lockout, whatever it may be. Maybe they get creative here. Maybe they do multiple opt-outs in there. Maybe it's really, really high AAV on a short-term deal with opt-outs in an extension, just to get a deal done where the Dodgers are comfortable with giving up a lot of prospects. So that's something to keep an eye on, because I think they could get creative, because it wouldn't be a typical, okay, Boras is going to go out there and do the trade and sign a 9-year extension, 7-year, 8-year extension. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's what he's looking for. I think he does want to take Skubal to market, but we don't know what that market's going to look like next winter. We have no idea what it's going to look like. And he could be leaving money on the table for Skubal, especially if the Dodgers are where Skubal wants to be at, if that's where he wants to go. I'm going to get your chats in a second here, guys. I see it, but do me a favor. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. But if this is Skubal's desired destination, and while I do know that Boras and his players have an arrangement, an understanding, they are partners, that they go to market and there is no extension signed unless they both agree on it, because that's the partnership that Boras has with his players. But maybe if school was like, look, I'm still down with you on that. I want to rock with you on that. But I want to protect myself against an injury or a fallout for the lockout, whatever it may be. I want to protect myself. And maybe they get creative and they come up with like a 1 to 3 year extension with an opt-out every season and really, really, really ignorant levels of AAV, which would be right up the Dodgers' alley. They would do that in a microsecond. So that's still out there. But the Dodgers are going to continue to go all in on everything until a rule tells them they can't. And I don't see the MLB Players Association, the agents, the player. I don't see them caving on a bunch of things that change the landscape of the league. Not the way it's going. Not the way it's going. Over 51 million viewers across multiple continents for Game 7 of the World Series, the highest viewed Major League Baseball game since 1991. Baseball is in a great place, and it's because of the Dodgers. Because of the Dodgers. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Joe Sower. We were talking last night, about how the NBA and how it's just so unwatchable for me that I'm going to go probably an entire season for the first time in my life without really watching a basketball game beginning to end all season because I just can't stomach it. I just can't stomach it. It's just so bad. It's just so bad. You guys having trouble hearing me? My levels look good here. Let me see. Let me test my let me test the stream here on the live feed here. Yeah, I hear it on YouTube. Okay. So sounds good on my end, Search. Thank you for saying that. But let me know, guys, if you lost any sound. As far as I can tell, everything looks good on my screen. I know we got some weather situations going down here, but I just played the live YouTube feed in my headphones here and I heard it. So but this is all something that's kind of coming to fruition here. So as they continue to go down this path, I think all things are on deck for the Dodgers. And like I said, that's how I'm kind of compare it to the NBA. Lost my train of thought there for a second. Serge hit me with a curveball. But with the NBA just really falling off a cliff and baseball going to kind of take that baton probably for sure. And that's why I got into baseball early because one, I love the sport. Two, it was the right time. Basketball was just so crazy saturated and just drowning in horrible takes and streams. And let me get out of this. Just don't feel the same. Baseball is a totally different thing. It's going in a whole different direction. The energy is there, which is why MLB cannot fumble this bag that they're about to have. Because let me tell you the difference between the MLB and the NBA. The NBA has no villain. The NBA has no one you want to watch and see lose. You could say LeBron, you could say the Lakers, but they're not good enough to play for a championship. So when you're sitting back and you're watching this, Major League Baseball has a clear villain in people's eyes. They have a clear team that people want to watch lose and lose badly. And that's the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, I don't think the Dodgers are villains, but I am embracing the villain role from those other fan bases that are labeling the Dodgers as villains. The Dodgers are not villains. They're heroes for baseball because they could save the game if these other teams and other owners and other organizations spend. Now, I'm not saying everyone can spend like the Dodgers. Not everything's fair. Not everything's equal. Not everything's equal in business, man. The NBA made it too fair, made the parity too much to where the game is unwatchable now. Nothing but threes, no defense, all one-on-one. No great NBA coaches out there anymore. You don't need them anymore because players just don't play that way. And the game from a product standpoint is just so bad, whereas the game of baseball is just going to another level. Now, when we put in the ABS system this year with automatic balls and strikes, and, baseball will continue to add some things. Like we just had probably one of the best home run derbies ever coming off a horrendous all-star weekend back, this endless bad all-star weekends for the NBA. The MLB probably decided its best home run derby and its best all-star game that I can remember last season. So just look at the two different lanes here. The two sports are going in opposite directions. They're going in opposite directions. Baseball's going in the right direction. The NBA is going in the wrong direction. The NFL, even though they're doing some stuff I don't always love, they're They're still always going to be the sport. But baseball is making inroads. And the Los Angeles Dodgers are a major part of that because they have one of the biggest fan bases in sports and Dodger fans. And they've got a large amount, a plethora of haters that want to see them lose and lose badly. So now you have a massive fan base rooting for them. You have every other fan base rooting against them. And that is how you draw a crowd. In the NBA, does anyone really like hate the adorable little OKC Thunder? Does anyone hate them? Like, if you look at the last two NBA championships, the Thunder and the Celtics, those are probably the two weakest champions. Like, those aren't beating any of the three-peat teams or any of the classes. They're not beating any of those teams. They're not even making it to the finals in those eras. Like, no shade to them. It's the league they play in. They got to win in the league they play in. But the baseball is just so different. Baseball is just so different. And this is what it is all about here. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. I am Empire Jeff. This is Empire Jeff TV. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I'll get to your chats right now. Let me just check on something here real quick. Give me 1 second. YouTube has been weather has been unfun in LA, and the power's gone out a couple times in the last couple nights. I don't know what city you guys are in, but it was pretty bad over here last night, man. The rain, the thunder, the lightning, the wind, it was bananas. It was wild. It was definitely crazy out here the last couple nights. Give me 1 second. Let me close these windows out because when search said the audio thing, I loaded up thing just to get these tested out. So I'm gonna go to get to your chats now. I appreciate the wait. I talked for a while here. I apologize. But don't care what's going on, man. I appreciate you. What's up, Jet? Baseball is back. Let's go blue. Absolutely. Drip Show. What's up, brother? Man, I'm excited for that drop we did tonight, man. I know you are too. Appreciate you, man. Don't care. Said three-peat. Absolutely. Let's see. What is this? Dwight Willard. Appreciate you tuning in, man. No disrespect, but when you keep calling out MLB team and talking ish, you give teams ammo to run the score up, and you, especially in the MLB. I mean, I'm not really known much for being a trash talker on other teams in sports. I'll have some fun from time to time, but for the most part, I'm pretty much the guy that always gives the other teams credit. If you go back and watch a lot of my videos, a lot of my posts, I usually have people accusing me of being too nice to other fan bases, but I get what you're saying. Daniel Barry, what's up, my guy? Appreciate you, man. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Sammy, what's going on, Sammy? Hope y'all doing, man. Hope y'all doing well. Again, shout out to brother Search, best in the business, the mod god, the mod problem, the mod father, the mod problem. He could be a problem. He'll check you if you get out of pocket. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you are doing well. What's going on, Jeremy? Appreciate you for tuning in as always, man. Let's see. What's going on, Phoenix Lair? What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Craig, what's going on? Appreciate you as well. Let's see. Don't Care says, I'm actually heading out to Miami for the WBC championship game. Man, that's dope. Because it's in Houston to kick off, right? And then it goes to Miami. If I'm not tripping. Is that what it is? Search says, search and destroy the GM. I see you, man. Buying that evil Empire shirt. Oh, that evil Empire shirt. Dun, 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 dun. It's great, man. It's great. Back to back. Absolutely. What's going on, Aaron? What's going on, man? We got a viewer from Twitch over here. Does MLB not having a salary cap hurt or help the WNBA with their negotiations? That's a good question, but two different sports, two different revenue streams, two different animals. The WNBA is a league that is more relevant on social media than it is on the court or it is in their bank accounts, right? It just doesn't turn a profit. It doesn't generate enough money for the players to get what they want. I'm never against a player making money, men or women. I think someone who does the job and does it well should get paid their worth. But if the business isn't making money, the owners aren't making money, it's going to be really hard for the players to make money too. Now they're stepping in the right direction. They're getting out there. You got people being faces of the league. They're helping build the league. It's finally getting to a point where the WNBA is relevant. And now you got to get to a point where you're turning profit year over year. And then you can put that money back into the product. But a lot of these WNBA players weren't out there like that. They weren't pushing the league like this. They weren't doing it. And now whether people want to say it's because of this person or that person, The real thing here is Caitlin Clark is the cash cow of the WNBA. If they were ever going to do it, it was going to be with her arrival and during her career. There's people who love her. There's people that hate her. This is simple mathematics. You can just track it. You can track it from the second she hit the scene. Because like I said about the Dodgers, you've got a bunch of people that love her and you got a whole bunch of people that hate her. And with that, there is money. There is money. So Caitlin Clark is like the Dodgers of the WNBA, right? She's going to be a beast. She's going to be a monster. She's going to win a lot. She's going to make a lot. And people are going to hate her because of it. And people are going to love her because people hate her. And people are going to hate her because people love her. People are going to hate her because she wins. People are going to love when she loses. And now you have your villain from the eyes of people that are hating on her. Now, I'm not calling Caitlin Clark a villain no more than I'm calling the Dodgers a villain, but they're perceived as the villain. So as long as Caitlin Clark embraces that villain role, as long as the Dodgers embrace that villain role, then they're going to be better for it. But the WNBA is just nowhere near where baseball is. Don't care says poor Walker from World Series hero to minor league contract with the Padres. Yeah. You know, Walker Buehler had multiple chances to come back to the Dodgers if they really wanted him, right? They let him walk in free agency after 2024. When he signed with Boston that 1 year, $20 million. He did not have a good stretch there. Got released, had a good stretch in Philly when he got picked up there. The Dodgers could have brought him back last year. They didn't. And he actually had a very good stretch with Philly. I was kind of surprised that they didn't throw him out there at least for an inning against the Dodgers, just to kind of mess with their heads a little bit, pull at their heartstrings a little bit, to face their former teammate that they've won 2 World Series with. And well, some of them have won 2 with him. And to kind of just throw him out there and, see how they react to it. Like I'm surprised that didn't happen. And then, he hits free agency again this year, and the Dodgers could have very easily offered him a minor league deal. They did not. They did not. So there's a couple of different reasons probably why. One, they probably just didn't have a lot of interest. And 2, they don't want to bring him back and have to waive him at some point or be rid of him at some point, or they feel that his Dodger career ended about as perfect as it can be. And they really aren't too interested in bringing him back to have another ending unless something seriously or dramatically changes. I'm fairly confident in saying that. But does this mean he will never be back? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the Dodgers like the way the Walker Buehler era ended with them. Walker Buehler kind of does too. He kind of does too. But I think that the Dodgers, if it's between him having nowhere to play, like if the Padres or no other team gave him a minor league deal, then the Dodgers very well may have been like, look, we can't let our guy go out like that. Maybe they would have done something. But as long as he landed somewhere, then it wasn't going to be at the Dodgers. I feel the only way he ends up back with the Dodgers is if there's just no other place for him. Just none. I think that's the only way that even remotely comes close to making any type of sense. I might have to get that Canada shirt. The Canada shirt's gonna go. I'm telling you, the Canada. I can't wait to my warm and fuzzy Canadian friends see that one. I'm sure that's gonna be fun. I'm sure that's gonna be fun because the Canada one I've had fun with all offseason, and it started to take off. Like people are using it like in the comment section, in my DMs and all this. So the Canada one is starting to take off a little bit there. Walker will be fine. He got nowhere to go but up. Yeah, I believe you, Sammy. I'm with you there too. Let's see the EmpireJeffTV received the first ever drip show canvas. Bam! See, you heard that? You heard that? See, we go back. Me and Chris go back to back like the Dodgers, man. Appreciate you, brother. We had to sign Tucker. Diaz was just a Rolex. I think we had to get both, to be honest with you. I think with or something equivalent to both, a very good corner outfielder and a very good reliever, because our bullpen struggled and our outfield struggled. So I think that we were in a position where we needed both players for what they do. or something near that, right? I think they definitely did. And I didn't expect that they would get both. I didn't, but they did. And man. What a time. What a time to be alive. Conforto actually had worse WAR than CT3 last year. CT3 and Angel again. Hoping him the best. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just, and he can play multiple positions. He just couldn't hit anymore, and people gave up on him, man. What's going on, Craig? What's going on, Lewis? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. To the part where Serge was saying audio. Let me see. Excited to see which young guys will be in the lineup on Saturday. Yeah, I'm excited to see the young guys in general. I'm excited to see, I want to see what Roki looks like. I want to see what his command, what his mechanics, I want to see what he's worked on in the offseason. I want to see what that looks like. And I want to see, what third pitch is coming along and, how it's doing. What's going on, Nando? Said dunk contest is a joke. It sure is, man. Showtime LA. What's going on, man? You see the report that Robleski could fill in for Snell. I feel like it should be Ryan or Stone. Robo more of a reliever to me. Yeah, it's just those two guys are coming off pretty serious injuries, so they're going to take their time with them. Neither one of them will be a full-time solution out the gates. I think there'll be times where they'll go in there, they'll use them, but I don't think they're going to be in every 5 starts or every 6 starts. I don't think they're going to be on that type of timeline yet, just because of the injuries and everything that they just came off on. Stephanie Curry, what's going on? What's going on? I like the rain that's been going on around us in SoCal. See, here's the thing. I like the rain. I love the rain. I love everything about nasty weather because we don't get it that often, and it's kind of like a movie. It's crazy. I just hate being out in it. Because one, majority of the people cannot drive in LA. The city's not built for it. You go through like a random intersection and it's just flooded for no reason because there's nowhere for the water to go. And while I like the rain, I like it when I'm inside and don't got nowhere to go. When I'm outside, oh man, it's wild out there in these LA streets when it comes down to it, man. Get to see some rookies and second-year players. Absolutely. Henriquez are hurt, taking Gratterol's spot, in my opinion. Well, Gratterol's spot has been gone for a while because he hasn't played. So Gratterol's coming to try to take back someone else's spot, to be honest. Even players on the other team are saying Dodgers are doing great things and spending money. Absolutely. But that's also on script. That's also on script. So I know for a fact that the MLB, PA, and agents and everyone, they're telling the players, the media training, and telling them how to talk about this, how to speak on this, specifically when it comes to the Dodgers. I guarantee you that they have been prepared for this. They have been told to not bash the Dodgers' way, to not bash their way of spending, to speak highly of it, to hold the line. Okay, so whether they mean it or not doesn't really matter at this point because they're saying it, right? And for some, maybe the rivals may not want to give praise to the Dodgers. They have no choice but to, because it impacts them. It is in their favor that teams like the Dodgers are able to spend like this because it opens up the market for them, and the players make more money. And it also means that the owners don't just make all the money, that the players get their cut, which should happen. Let's see. MLG Cat, what's going on, man? What's up, Jeff? It's kind of funny how their A+ offseason looks so good that once they have a B offseason, it's going to feel weird. Yeah, they've had so many great offseasons that it's like you could argue that each one was just so dynamic in its own way, right? You just can't, because if you go back, really, let's think about this for a second. If you go back to the offseason after 2019, they trade for Mookie Betts. That's where it all started. Like he was the jump start to the battery. He was the one that started it all. You go out, you trade for Mookie Betts. Okay, that offseason was just massive, right? It was just massive. And then the year after you win in 2020, you go out and was it 2020 or 2021? I trim right now. I think they got Bauer in 2021. So in 2021 they get Freddie after Freddie wins the World Series, right? Then in 2022, it was kind of 2022 and 2023 were kind of those years. You know, they were getting guys, they were doing it, but it was obviously they thought their big offseason was going to be in 2023, But then Shohei got that extra year with Anaheim, kind of threw them off a little bit. And then 2024 hits, man, and you get you get Shohei, you get Teo, you get Glass now, you get Yamamoto, just amazing, right? And then you follow that up. The year after that, you had a Blake Snell, a Tanner Scott. It didn't work out at the time, but I still believe that it's going to end up being an amazing pickup. You extend Tommy Tanks, right? Then you go into this offseason, man. You get Tucker, you get Diaz, you extend extend Max Muncy, you bring back Kike. You did that, the last 2 years as well, but you sit as far as Kike, you trade for him, you signed him and brought him back, and here you are again. So it is off season after off season where you're like, okay, I'm not going to be mad if they have an okay off season, and then they go and they have another dominant one, and it's like, wow. Wow. It just hits. It just hits, man. Let's see. Clark's 101 rookie court is going for $59K. Yeah, she's the cash cow of the WNBA, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Do you think Scott will only face lefties from now on, or do you think he's a setup man and Vesey is a seventh inning guy? I think Tanner Scott's going to be dominant again this year. I think he'll be the eighth inning guy, but it depends. Like, if you got a stretch of lefties coming up and it's the seventh, and it's like the heart of the lineup in the seventh, and you got Diaz in case it comes back around in the ninth, then I can see Tanner Scott going in the seventh, in the sixth, seventh, or eighth. To be honest with you, depends the type of the game it is. Is it close? Is it a lefty heavy lineup? They have the ability to be so versatile this season, and what they do, they could go strictly matchup. They can go, sorry, 1 second. They could go matchup. They can go routine. They can go, they can do whatever they want. Hobie gets a one-day contract to finish with the Dodgers. Yeah, I mean, we talk about Walker, right? I don't think that would be a bad idea. What's this? What's that? Troll says Dodgers have let good players go too, not just sign them. Sometimes guys just aren't a fit. Facts, etc. All the moves over the years have fallen into place, and they're going and win a three-peat. Isn't it a dream? Yeah, I mean, they have let good players go, right? And you can't keep everyone. You just can't. You just can't. More teams should do like that. Absolutely. Let's see. What's going on, AJ? And it says, so the Mets swoop Ben. So Ben Rortvedt, it's just, we done so many videos on Rortvedt. He'll get waived again. I mean, it's just these roster gymnastics, man. What's going on, DJ? Appreciate you, brother. My guy DJ from Lakers in 5, pausing his push-ups and dips to come by and salute y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure to go subscribe to Lakers in 5 for all your Lakers coverage over there. Appreciate you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and the family are doing well, man. Haven't been watching NBA since Kobe retired. I mean, I did watch it. It's just gotten so bad, man. It's just gotten so bad. Thoughts on Bruce Meyer being the new director of the PA? Seems like a no BS guy. He ain't gonna let a cap happen. Yeah, the more I think about this, the more I think that Tony Clark just got taken out. Like someone or someone's didn't think he could get the job done. Investigation comes up now, convenient, right? And he's out of there. So he hired the person that he was allegedly having an inappropriate relation with in 2023. Here we are 2.5 to 3 years later, and it's out now. Timing is questionable. But hey, he did something stupid and he got caught. So, they hold on to that information until they need to use it. And they obviously feel that Bruce Meyer is better equipped to do this. And he was a unanimous vote. He was the number 2 guy for a while. So he was next in line. So, I don't care who it is, as long as they get the job done. What do you think the lineup will look like? I think it could move around, but I think you might see Kyle Tucker second or third, Mookie being second or third, depending on whoever Tucker is. But I think they can move it around depending on who the other starting pitcher is. Craig, I think who they started second will depend on spring training. They got options. You can go Kim, you can go Freeland, you can throw Miggy there for the beginning and then rotate him out. They've got options. I'm not really too worried about it. They'll hold it down until Tommy Tanks comes back. They are. Yeah. They are. Siani and Wortfit. Yeah, but it's just that the Dodgers and their roster gymnastics, man. Yeah, you definitely got to take care of DJ for sure. Definitely got to take care of DJ for sure. DJ is one of the best people on YouTube, man. He's a good dude, straight up good dude. You said Kim looks hood or looks good? You saw him doing dips and push-ups and dips. Good. Okay. Yeah, he does look good. You saw he does like you saw his push-up routine, like his warm-up. Like that dude is crazy. And I'm rooting for him. I got you, Chris. I'm rooting for him. I just again like I know everyone was like, Hassan Mickey Mantle Kim last year. Everyone just was expecting way too much out of the kid last year. I think the Dodgers did it right, took it easy. I think he will get more time. He was on the field in Game 7 in the final inning of the World Series. They believe in him, but they're just bringing him on slowly. They're just bringing him along slowly, and I think that's the right play. They've got him for a while. Don't care said Jeff. So you like the spring training hat? I like it, except the white bill part. Yeah, you know what? Mine gets delivered tomorrow. I haven't seen it in person yet. I've seen it. You know what? I typically get the spring training hat. At first, I wasn't really thrilled, like with the flower thing on the front. I wasn't really. Let me see. I'm gonna see when it gets here. I'll wear it on my next stream. So, don't know yet. I got to see it in person first. Kim is a world-class athlete. I'm still team Freeland, though. Freeland has a chance, especially if he's a guy they want to showcase in the event of they may look to trade him. So I still think that he's a guy that that they will consider, and they will 1 second here. I think that he's a guy that they will definitely give some time to. They want to also determine, is he a guy they want to keep or move, right? Is he going to be part of a trade package for a Skubal or someone else? Or is he a guy that could potentially take over at third base for a Max Muncy? Is he a guy that can be able to fill that role for Muncy down the road? They're waiting to see what this kid can do, but he's kind of blocked right now, right? Because Mookie's at shortstop for the foreseeable future. You got Edwin, you got Kim. Edwin will be super utility, and Kim can be utility. Those two guys can play the outfield. Freeland can't. So maybe there's a world where Freeland, gets some run at second base in his career with the Dodgers, but they're gonna have to wait and see how it goes. The gold jersey and hats kind of leaked early with the Dave Roberts bobblehead. Yeah, I like those. I can't wait to get those for sure. Can't wait to get those. Are you going to opening day? I'm gonna say I think so. Those tickets are hefty right now, but I want to. So I would say probably 70-30 I'm going to opening day. And I like the fact it's a 5 p.m. game, this one too. So I think that can kind of increase the chances here. So I'm looking to set up some things this year for some watch parties. I've got something that I'm working on, and kind of teasing something here, but got something I'm working on that I think will be kind of cool for both the channel and in the community. I think it's something that the people will like. I think it's something that could bring a lot of people together, and I think it's something that I'm trying to add a little something different to what kind of gets done in other sports. And do it for baseball, and what gets done for baseball too. But I'm going to add kind of a different flavor to it, and I think I got something. So if I could pull this off, the only thing really holding me back from pulling it off is my schedule. So if I can find a way to pull this off, then I really, really, really like an idea that I have. I've talked to some people about it. That could help me pull it off, and I'm excited about it. So if my schedule permits, which it's starting to look like it can, 2025 was just horrific for me scheduling wise, like personal, professionally. It was just a quintessential hot mess scheduling wise last year. So I'm praying to the scheduling gods that opens up a little bit in 2026, and I'll be able to do something that I will enjoy, that I think the community can enjoy, both in person and virtually, digitally, whatever you want to call it. And Lucky's over here breakdancing, and I think it's something that you guys will like. So more on that coming soon. But yeah, it's gonna be dope. Got my ring ceremony tickets already, waiting for opening day to go on sale. Yeah, man. Watch party's cool. Y'all have to deal with my drunk. Don't worry, man. I'm drunk and I'm loud as hell. So I have a great time. I have a great time. What do you think of Kershaw trying broadcasting? I think he'll be great at it. It's funny, I did a video on that like about 2 months ago, and people were calling me crazy and saying, talking all kinds of stuff. And like, huh? Told y'all. Have you considered making a Discord for the channel? Will be great to get everyone through 24. You know, I have one. You know what? Hold on. God, you said that, because you know what? I never promote it. I never promote it. Like, how dare I never promote this? So thank you for reminding me. Let me load this up. I'm gonna kind of talk to myself here while I log in here. 1 second. Okay, let's get into my Discord here. So 1 second. Do I not have it in the comment section? I might check the description of the video. It might be in there. There'd be some weirdos on Discord though, man. For real. Now how in the hell do I, okay, here we go. So let me see here real quick. Let me make sure what I'm doing is right. There we go. All right. So I do have Discord, and the best thing about the Discord one is that I have it set up for both. When I set it up for baseball and for basketball. So give me 1 second. And so there we go. So this link is good for 7 days. So anyone who sees this video now within the next 7 days can join the Discord. But I haven't been rocking over there, but we can do some live streams over there, some hangout, watching games and stuff like that. So I've had one for a while. I've been part of other people's Discords, obviously. But it is not in the description in your link tree. Okay, I need to add it in there. So appreciate that. But there's kind of reason why I didn't do that. When I first started that, it was kind of going to be for something else. But now, yeah, I'm gonna. But there it is. There's the Discord. You guys can click on that. You can join it right now. It is okay. See, Showtime just got in there. Appreciate you. I have not been in here of late, but I will join. But if you go in there, you'll see that there's Lakers talk, there's all NBA talk, there's Dodger talk, there's all MLB talk, and there's like a general one, right? So I think for the most part, I'm probably going to be living in the MLB and Dodger one for the most part. But that's the link to the Discord there. And appreciate you for bringing that up, because I never remember to promote that Discord. If Lucky hosting, I'm all in. Yeah, so it's funny because in the watch parties, it's funny. I take Lucky to a lot of bars with me, and a lot of my bartenders know Lucky. so if the watch parties and the things that I'm working on, and it's more than a watch party. So let's be clear about that. I'm talking about a watch party part of it, but there's a lot more to it than just a watch party that I'm trying to build. But Lucky will be there for sure. All I'm hoping for is nobody gets injured in the WBC. Oh man, for sure. Yeah, I got to get some Discord mods for sure, because I'm not in there enough, and people got to clean that up, because there'd be some wild people in there. Okay, yeah, on the description. Let's see. What's going on, Jeffrey Garcia? Walker should always be applauded when he faces against us, no matter what jersey he's sorry. He should be applauded no matter what jersey he's wearing when he's facing against us. You're absolutely right, and I will always give Walker Buehler a standing ovation for sure. Yeah, Showtime LA, appreciate you. And search, just so you know. So that link, don't save it as a permanent one. That link right there is only good for 7 days. So when I can change the duration of it, make it a permanent one, but I'm not going to do that right now. So every time we throw that out, we got Showtime, Craig got in there, Drip Show got in there. So appreciate y'all, man. There we go. Appreciate y'all. Happy to have y'all. And it is I gotta get better at using it too, because there we go. Okay, cool. But yeah, you can go ahead and join the Discord, pull up, hang out with us. But again, search. This one is just a week long. Don't add it to the permanent. I'll probably, you know what I'll do, Search? I'll create, I'll talk to you about it. I'll pick your brain out and see what we should do. See what we can do. But it's a great place. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, Drip. It's a great place for those who don't use Discord. It's a great place to it's like, like a chat, like a group chat, right? You keep the conversation going. It's semi-private to our community, right? It's not public out there for everybody. We will, bring more in, and there may get to a point where I do some things within the Discord. Because it may cost me. So something there'll be some things within the Discord that I can't do on these other platforms. So just be mindful of that. But go ahead and join the Discord, and we can continue the conversations in there. So again, thanks for reminding me that, because I always forget to promote my Facebook and the Discord. Like I always forget to do that. Like always. like what is wrong with me? What am I doing? I got to get better at that. I got to be better. But also, let's remind everybody of the release tonight of the Still Ruining Baseball collection at legendsofculture.com. Like I said, that the Canada with the bird down there, Toronto, Canada. You got the Dynasty shirt. You got the Los Angeles Champions Club. And you got the Still Ruining Baseball collection right now with free shipping at legendsofculture.com. Brought to you by Legends of Culture and Drip Show. Phenomenal designs there. We still have the We Love LA collection rocking over there too, with all kinds of styles representing, Rams, Dodgers, Lakers, all kinds of different blends and flavors over there, man. Great quality shirts, great quality design, free shipping, quick shipping, and you will not be disappointed. So once again, legendsofculture.com. Make sure to head on over there, get your order in. If you order soon, it could possibly ship out prior to the weekend. But like I said, shipping is pretty quick. The quality is fantastic, and the designs are phenomenal, thanks to Drip Show. So let's see. Let's catch up to everyone here. Is it Canada? Always be promoting. Yeah, I be forgetting, man. I forget. I forget. That's why I'm so lucky when Search is here, because I just go all in on my talking points, right? I gotta be better. I never know what I'm gonna say or what I'm gonna talk about. I come up with a topic, I come up with a title, a description, but sometimes I don't even know where this is gonna go, right? And I don't even know I'm gonna say 3 or 4 sentences from now. I just rip and run. There's nothing written down here, there's nothing prepared. I just press record and I go. Like I go, right? So sometimes, especially if I get caught up, in what I'm talking about, or really locked in on a topic or a subject, that's why it's good to have a really good moderator like Search, who can get in there and handle all that for me, and not just have a moderator, but have the best in the world on a smaller channel, like me. So I appreciate that, man, as always. Let's see, that Canada shirt is fire. And also keep in mind, guys, let me bring this back up again. These are just the colors that are in the graphic, right? Those are just the colors in the graphic. Like there's other color shirts with these designs on them. Like the Still Ruining Baseball also comes in gray and blue. The blue shirt there also comes in black. It comes in, there's one with a white shirt with the blue font on that one. The Toronto one comes in that light blue. It comes in red. It comes in the royal blue. It comes in black. It comes in. So there's multiple different colors, for these shirts. This is just a promo. But I really think that you guys will like the shirts, for those who haven't gotten them before. Like I said, the quality is phenomenal. And like I said, Drip Show is the absolute best. Showtime LA said, guessing Yoshi starts on Saturday. I don't know. Like, I don't expect a lot of the heavy hitters to get a lot of run out the gate. And if they do, it'll be very, very quick. But I'm not sure yet. Did Oral at the Laker game in the broadcast? Well, I haven't. I tell you, I haven't been watching. I may have the Laker game on in the background sometimes, but I just haven't been locked in on basketball at all. Canada t-shirt, 100% cotton, ring spun cotton, man. It's that. It just feels good on you. Feels good on that shirt. The shirt's dope. There's never any tall sizes, or if there is, there's only like 3 colors. Is it the tall? Yeah. But these shirts, they just fit really good on you, man. They just fit good. They look good. They're good quality shirts. Trust me. They're not a lot of the sites you'll see you get those shirts and they're just like the quality is just not there. The neck is all over the place, like around your arms, just like flapping around. Like these ones like fit good, like they really good. Showtime LA says, you're great at keeping it real. Winging it always makes the stream more entertaining. I appreciate that because I feel like I've never been a guy that's gone really like scripted. Like even in my, when I was working in music and all that stuff, like I never went in anywhere with a notepad. Like I never went in anywhere. Like it was always like rip and run. Let my mind is naturally creative. It can go multiple different ways, which can be good and bad at times because I also don't have a filter. But I've had to really learn how to apply one here on this channel because I really try not to curse a lot on this channel. And I'm a cursor, believe me. I'm a cursor, like big time. But I have I have some kids now that I have little league teams and high school teams and there's this teacher in Texas who plays when this is when I was doing shows every night almost like she would the next morning she would play my show in her classroom and she told me I would play it every morning in the classroom but you curse and I was like, oh wow, like that then and there that it was someone in a whole other state in a classroom that her and her kids had my show on. All I had to do was not curse to keep that impact. Right now, I'm gonna stop cursing. Right. So there's a lot of different things, but I've got like I said, I've got travel ball teams that watch my show. Fun fact is I'm actually the voice. This happened about a couple of years ago. I'm actually like the voice of one of a pretty good baseball program. So when they walk up, I'm the walk up announcer. So I don't go to the games to do it live. I've pre-recorded it. So I do all the player names, I do the stories, I do in between inning covers and stuff like that. And I've gotten more into that, a little bit. It's been kind of cool. So I'm just trying to get involved in baseball in multiple ways and impact baseball and spread the love and joy of baseball and get baseball back in the community and keep it there, especially in the inner cities because it was dead there for a while. And seeing baseball seeing the resurgence in the inner city and seeing, diamonds at the parks full, not just the basketball courts, but seeing the baseball diamonds full has been pretty special. And I want to continue to, to help grow that. So appreciate that, Showtime LA. I just say that because Dave said Yoshi would start one of the first 2 games. Yeah. Also, what they say sometimes gets switched around too. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Appreciate that, Serge. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, again, I think the Dodgers are going out here and just reminding everyone that they're doing what they're doing because they can. They've earned it. They've made the money. They've decided to spend it. And you know what? If I'm going to make this money for me and make it for you, being the other teams, and you guys shouldn't be able to tell me how to spend it because you're all making money off the Dodgers. And that's just how it is, man. Just how it is. Let's see. What's up, Eric Kwan? To have a lockout because of a dynasty in the making is insane. And it's really because the crying fan bases. I'm telling you, like a lot of the owners are really cool with taking this money that the Dodgers are making them. They just want their fans to believe that they got their backs. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But we'll see. This is going to be talked about all season. It's going to be talked about leaning up. I would be shocked if they sort out if they are able to avoid some type of work stoppage prior. I will be shocked about it because I think even if the owners are willing to cave in and quit, I don't think they want their fans to know that out the gate. So we'll have to wait and see on that. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a minute. I expect to be back a couple more times prior to the spring training game. Maybe Friday night, maybe Saturday morning before the game. So make sure to tap in, subscribe, turn on those notifications, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're coming in late, make sure to head over to legendsofculture.com and check out the new drop over there. Follow on all socials, EmpireJeffTV everywhere, YouTube, Twitter X, IG, TikTok, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Discord. I put the link in there today. I think I checked all the boxes off the top of my head, but appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Let's go Dodgers. We are almost back. We're almost back. Spring training is here. A few more hours, man. Well, a few more days, really. But love y'all, and catch you guys on the next one. And as always, let's go Dodgers. Serge, I love you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.